Okay, I've done a couple of rows of that twisted, and then I also did a couple of rows of the knitted stitch, and I played a little bit with it, twisting one way and twisting the other halfway for some little bit of different texture, as you can see there. And then I did a couple of rows of the regular knit stitch. We are going to do now a modified simple stitch, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. The modified simple stitch basically is the same thing. You're going to use this loop, but you're also going to go into that first vertical bar loop and pull up a loop, and then you'll just repeat that across. You'll pick up the loop like you would for a Tunisian simple stitch. For the modified, you're going to go under the bar, and you're going to continue that across. And this actually makes the fabric a little bit thinner. It is a nice stitch. Generally, when I am using the simple stitch for shawls, I normally will use this modified Tunisian simple stitch, and you will find as you get accustomed to it, you'll get into that rhythm and you will get faster. And like I said, it makes a little thinner fabric, so I like it with working with certain shawls or blankets. So pause the video and I'll meet up with you at the end. And here we are at the last two stitches. Once again, that modified stitch is to go through the horizontal bar and the vertical bar, and then you want to continue to pick up those two last stitches, and then it is a regular return pass. Yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two, all the way across. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to work 3 more rows of this, and then I will meet up with you and we'll do a purled knit stitch. Now I've done my 4 rows, and you can see it's a little lighter, a little airier. And now remember when I told you not to worry about the tension on this, because you want to practice these with loose stitches until you actually get them down pat, and then you can worry about your tension. This, after all, this is a practice. Now remember when we did the purl stitch, we actually picked up that vertical bar, the vertical bar, and just did a stitch like this. There is a purled knit stitch, and if you remember correctly, our knit stitch, we just simply went between the two and under the bar, horizontal bar, and picked up. Now for the purled knit stitch, which is what we're going to do now, it is pretty much the same. You're going to bring your yarn down here in between. You're going to go between the stitches, pick up that stitch, and you're going to hold. Now remember, you want to hold that bar, this down, yarn over, and then pick that up. Okay, bring it down through the bars like we did the knit stitch. And I generally just hold that down with my finger. Now you are purling these knit stitches. You are doing the purled knit stitch. Hold that down, and you can just grab or you can yarn over. And what you're going to see is it brings these purl stitches up higher. And that may be something that you're looking for in whatever textures you're trying to do. But it brings the actual wrapped part of the stitch, like I said, higher. And that can create a nice little stitch. Again, bring your yarn forward, forward, and the knit stitch. You're going to purl, going to go between the two vertical bars. Hold that yarn and bring it up. Continue that to the end, and then your return pass is exactly the same as it has been. It is a regular return pass. It is a yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and do a couple of rows of this and see how it looks. See if you like that little difference in the way that that purl stitch works up. Okay, that's it for this section of the Tunisian Cowl Part 4, and I will see you again next Tuesday.